Yo. Rolling out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a daunting. No kidding. It's so daunting. Ready to head to Bismarck, North Dakota, where I'll be fishing on the Missouri River system for the AIM Pro Series National Championship. Now I'll be competing against 29 other teams, 30 total. So 10 teams qualified from Minnesota, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. Now you qualify through a cumulative points. So they take the 10 best, everybody comes together, and you compete for a brand new Warrior boat. I'm down to one last detail before I can take off here, and that is to put the sticker on my motor.
North Dakota, the land of fields, ponds, walleyes. So to start this out, basically this started last August when we all qualified for the national championship from Lake of the Woods. The AIM National Championship is built out of top 10 from Minnesota, Wisconsin, and North Dakota. You can either qualify through top 5 in points, or you can qualify through top 5 in the state championship, which was on Lake of the Woods. Nate and Tyler actually double qualified. They won the state championship on Lake of the Woods. It was awesome. And they also were top 5 in points, so they qualified for that. Randy and Chuck were lucky enough to get a top 5 at the Lake of the Woods, so they obviously qualified through that. And Joe and I just barely slid through and got 5th in Team of the Year points, so that's how we qualified. So as soon as August hit and we all knew we were qualified, that was when the planning began for this trip. So it's been 6 months in the making. Everything from where we're going to get gas to where we're going to get bait to have out here, because we can't transport anything live across the borders. So basically this has been a long time coming of planning, packing, and figuring out all the logistics just to get here. And then of course the whole pre-fishing of actually where to catch fish was all after that. So we've put in a ton of preparation to even get here to just start pre-fishing, let alone the time we've put in to find the fish.
Practice day one, here we go.
Hey guys, Tyler here, JT Outdoor Products. The Joe Bricko, Nate, the whole fishing team, all of us are here. So we're in Bismarck for the Shootout, national shootout we qualified for last year from Lake of the Woods, doing very well up there. And
Just want to talk about camp a little bit. So we decided to camp at the takeoff area, which is the Hazelton campsite, and we pulled Dylan's big shaggin' wagon, the old camper, and we're all 6 sleeping in there, staying nice and cozy. But you know, it's really nice that we can all be together, be able to digest everything each day, and it works out really well. Tie up our baits and do all that stuff, and then for game day we don't have to drive all the way to here, all the way to there, and we're all right zoned in our area. That's worked out really well. So we're hoping that being centralized right here from takeoff, you know, we can utilize that to be able to get to our spots just right and organize that way. So everything's going pretty good. We got a lot of room. Everything's wide open here, which is great. So loving North Dakota and the weather, and hoping for a good event. Day 2, she's a little hazy out here. You can hardly see 30 feet in front of you. So we'll try to get after him today. Fishing in the Beaver Bay area here today. So kind of mixing it up. Yesterday we got a decent number of fish, but we could not find anything over 20 inches. So the goal today is to try to target those bigger fish and narrow them down. So doing a lot of pulling crankbaits. We are also doing some casts and jigs and minnows and all that kind of stuff. Primarily using the 8-foot trolling rod though. Yesterday I caught 5. I caught 5, biggest being about 17, 18 inches, and then a couple of 17s and a couple smaller ones. So deep channel trolling crankbaits with the 8-foot JT trolling rod. So yeah, we're kind of all spread out again today. Everyone's fishing on their own, except for I think Joe and Dylan are gonna jump in with each other today.
You put a mark on that?
Nope, not yet.
So we're just wrapping up day 3 of practice here for the AIM National Championship here on the Missouri River, and first 2 days very, very tough. So we spent a lot of time out in the lake. We did a lot of homework. We believed that the lake was going to be the place to produce a good bag for us, and you know, we dedicated 6 boats with our whole team to the lake, and we caught a ton of fish. The problem was there was nothing over 17 inches, so we really had to think outside of the box and kind of had to dig deep last night, and we started just experimenting with different things, and we've found some real shallow fish, and we're getting a lot better average. So our hopes are definitely up. We'll need to refine it a bit tomorrow, and tomorrow's the final day. So it's all got to come together tomorrow, but we have a good plan going right now. We're actually trolling crawlers on spinners, and it's a real shallow water bite, and we feel pretty good about our chances.
It's one of those things where fish are slowly moving in here more and more each day.
That's what I told Dia. I think they're actually coming into this because you got emerging stuff happening.
I'm gonna go pull the riprap on the other side of the bridge.
Okay.
When we're inside? Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna go. The same thing's happening in Cattail. We're gonna go up in there.
Yes.
Big shallow flat off river channels. But it might be lights out. Way bigger flats too, that you can actually do long board runs.
How far is that?
About
15?
Yeah, about 50 miles south.
We're gonna go give her a try.
Better fish. D and his pinky 7.3. It's his magic wand. Taste it. Yeah.
I don't know why this graph, when I put that chip in, it only shows land, doesn't show depth contours, nothing.
Mine does right up till here.
I mean, the whole lit, not the light. Doesn't show it anywhere. Yeah, mine doesn't have number contours on it.
We got a pattern going here. Yeah. So everywhere that there's a hard fence in the river, they're up on top of it. And they are just loaded. I got data points from the cluster 3 or 4. That's where it's from. You could just go from, and we started way up there. It's happening on every single one. They're not in the channel. They come up. Yep. I know. Top 30 19. And he spelled my name wrong.
Again?
Jeez, man. You're killing me.
Killing me, small.
So, Denny, this is the national championship for the AIM. Tell us kind of how the anglers ended up arriving here. How many are here? And what's the general format of the AIM? How does it work? What is the AIM all about?
Well, let's start with how does AIM work. We have 3 different divisions: North Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. In each division, they have 4 qualifying events. Of them 4 qualifying events, an angler has to fish 3 of the 4. Then there's a state championship. So what happens, Joe, is teams qualify from each division, 10 teams. They go by the top 5 in Team of the Year points, where the 3 qualifiers in this championship is going to go together, and top 5 at the championship event.
So 10 from each state.
10 from each state are going to qualify, and that's what leads them to here, the AIM Weekend Walleye Series National Championship Shootout. Warrior Boat sponsors this, and Warrior Boat is given away to the winners. So we have 30 teams here that qualify from 3 different states in order to be able to get here and be able to do this.
So it's the 10 best from each state.
Cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop.
Only the best. Awesome. Well, the best last year.
the best of the best. We'll go with that.
There you go.
So what's the format? How is AIM different than tournaments that the general public is used to? What do you guys do different?
Well, what happened in tournament fishing over the years is we would catch fish and bring them in, and unfortunately a lot of them fish would perish. Now, we're not against eating fish, don't get us wrong, but killing fish in the name of sport just didn't seem right to a group of 77 industry leaders. So back in 2008 they got together and they devised a new way to play the game. It's called catch, record, and release. Basically what a team does is they catch a fish in a pre-described way. They place this fish on a bump board and take a picture. Once they have that picture, they take another one of a hero shot, a grip and grin, back into the water, and the fish swims away unharmed. So it's called catch, record, and release. They then take the inches of the fish in a preset scale, and they convert the inches to a preset weight. They then put that weight on their scorecard for the day. We quantify the weight at the end of the day by looking at all the pictures to clarify that them fish actually measured the length they said they did.
So really some really big advantages to that. I mean, as an angler and thinking about the tournaments that I fish, with the different regulations in the different states, I mean, Minnesota, for example, I mean, you can only keep one over 20 inches. So you think about the traditional type of tournaments, you're really restricted by the state regulations. So I would say that in a traditional tournament, the guy that's winning just kind of caught the fish in the right order, or just happened to catch that 19 3/4 when the next guy maybe caught the 20 1/4. And he won because he caught just kind of the right fish in the right order. So this format really allows for the angler that was the best that day, catching the biggest fish, to truly win.
Absolutely. You know, it's about culling. It's about guys doing the right thing. Integrity. Doing the right thing when nobody's looking. In this case, we take away all that chances of any of that happening. We make sure that everybody can fish all day too. Because think about it, out here in the Dakotas, when there's no culling, and you can only, once you keep them fish, they're in your well and you're done for the day. There's tournaments where guys fish for 2 hours and they're done for the day.
They have to come in for the day because they've already have a
done.
live well full. So here you fish a full 8 hours, no matter what, because you keep upgrading your card. And you're actually recording the biggest 5 that you caught.
Correct.
And in a call tournament, that's really not possible, or in a weight tournament.
Well, what are you going to do? Throw back a 24-inch fish? Well, you're not going to do that, but you may have kept your 1 over 20 already, and now you can, you catch a 28 and you're done. So, it really is the future. It's where competition meets conservation as well, Joe. It's very important to remember that this is what's good for the system. For years and years we beat our fish and we beat our resources to death, and we're not doing that. We're doing what's right for the system.
Well, it's awesome. You guys are doing a great job, and look forward to the future of AIM.
So do I. Thank you very much.
Hey, Tyler Wolden here with Garmin Electronics. I want to go over our JT Protip here for you. I run Garmin Electronics. I run the PC30 transducer. Live scope will be coming for me soon. I run a tiller boat, a Yardcraft 2095 BTX, and I do a lot of rigging and jigging. So I'm typically going backwards. So what I have found, and I've been doing this for the past couple of years, is I actually run my Panoptix facing backwards. So I'm looking behind the boat. And for you guys that fish Mille Lacs Lake and you're fishing on that mud, I tell you what, you're able to point that transducer and the cone angle at 33 degrees or so, somewhere in there, and I can see fish off 25 feet to the right, 25 feet to the left, and 50, 75 feet behind the boat. So what that does for you is, if you're rigging a minnow or a leech, you're able to go backwards, watch your Panoptix on your Garmin, and you can go to those fish 25 feet off to the right, 25 feet off to the left. You're not always on, you got those lines, you're going back and forth, and that's good and all, but why wouldn't you want to go over the fish you're going to be targeting? So that's what I do with my boat, and that works amazing for me. I would assume my catch rate's probably 25% more because I'm fishing fish. We all want to fish fish. You don't want to fish no fish. So it's worked really well for me, and that's your JT Protip.